I'm 83. My parents escaped from communism when I was 4 years old. They came and this is my home. Ukraine is the land where I was born. That's my mother, you see? With the black bunting. That's my mother. My mother is being raped right now. So I'm trying to defend my mother as much as I can. This is my wife. And I've been very faithful. 30 years U.S. military, retired colonel. So I'm just trying to help my mother. We are witnessing the beginning of World War IV. Three was the Cold War, which the free world won. This is 4, once again, with this evil empire. Okay, so this is 4. And we may be seeing the beginning of an Iron Curtain. But if Putin comes up to the border of Estonia, 1.1 million people, tiny country, like 12,000 or 15,000 square miles. If he comes up to the border and he says, okay, Estonia, back into the Union, do you think U.S. would risk a nuclear war? Bye-bye, Estonia.
And then they start falling.
Exactly. They listen to government-controlled TV. All the TV stations are controlled. There are just a couple of little radio stations that aren't controlled. You know, but the main TV studios are controlled by Putin.
By the state.
By the state. Each dictator has the same fear, the people. Whether you are Papatak Duvalier in Haiti, or Idi Amin in Uganda, or Mussolini, or any dictator, biggest fear is your own people. Okay? So the Achilles heel for Putin is the Russian people. The Russian people. He is scared of them more than anything. And so why is he invading Ukraine? Because he cannot afford to have a successful, modern, European democracy on his doorstep. Because the young people in Russia will say, hey, if the Ukrainians can have all this, why can't we? What should the U.S. government do? You're an intelligent person. How would you approach it? Knowing that this is the Achilles heel, you do as much as possible to get as much information to these people. Russia cannot live without a Ukraine. Without Ukraine, Russia is just a big gas station with nuclear weapons. That's McCain. Long live a democratic Russia. And Ukrainians want to live side by side because we have no choice, but we want to live like neighbors.
There's always war going on. It's not like this is the only place that's being bombed currently. But it hurts so much more. It feels so personal. And I'm just very thankful for everyone that's come out here today, honestly. I never thought I'd see this many people care about where I'm from. And knowing that people are willing to spend their Saturday afternoon standing, I think it makes, my family back home and everyone there feel like they're not alone in it. and that someone cares. My understanding, Ukrainians there know that if U.S. military steps foot on the soil, it's World War III and then we all die. So it's like hard to be like, okay, so it's either nuclear war for everyone or my first home is the sacrificial lamb. And knowing that it's just the first sacrificial lamb of many is like just heartache. And I think Russians on board is a big part of it. However, it's also hard seeing them risk their lives and their safety and their family's safety. It's not like here where you protest and then you go home.
Right.
There, it's literally illegal to protest. And so it's probably one of the most hopeful and heart-wrenching and heartwarming things to see people protest, knowing that it's going to cost them something. And unfortunately, with someone like Putin, who does not care if his own people die, let alone someone else, it feels helpless. I would say especially the younger generations, like they're just like, what the fuck? We don't want to go to war? Like, no. And
we haven't really experienced an actual war in our lifetimes, and with how advanced Russia's nuclear weapons are, this could turn out really badly, so we're just hoping for the best.
It's odd knowing that there's like literally bombings going on right now as we're standing here, as we go to sleep or as we go to work or as we drink our coffee, and other people are living in pure fear all over the world. It's not just Ukraine. And it's sad knowing that most likely in a few weeks something else will happen and people will stop caring, which is just a cycle of what happens. And knowing that I don't get to forget. So, yeah.
It's really hard for us who are raised in the United States to always feel the gravity of the things that are going on. We who were raised in the United States, or those of us who obtained U.S. citizenship, have a responsibility to call our congressman, call Governor Polis, John Hickenlooper, call the White House, and put pressure on the United States to follow through with their responsibility to our people. Yes. Our people from Lithuania, Georgia, Estonia, Romania, Poland, Moldova, even the people from Belarus and Russia understand what it's like to be under the yoke of oppression. Those who are still in our homeland, fight. You are not alone. We will do our part here. We will continue the war effort here to support you. Slava Ukraini!